Chapter 3. Love. It is a fight. It is the union of opposites. Daughter of the Achaemenid Emperor Koti woke up early the next morning. He went straight up to the tower of Count Lazarus's castle. He wanted to watch the sunrise from there, listening to the happy songs that the birds sing at sunrise. He wanted to feel the first rays of the sun on his skin. The tower was not very high, but it still dominated the entire valley. The forest began where the houses of the village ended. There was a bad smell in the tower. The night watchmen were probably urinating here. Leaving his duty was a great crime. Koti thought about what it felt like to live in fear, to always have someone else's eye on what he had. The more property you had, the more danger you had. At that time, you could build towers, hire guards and soldiers. It was necessary to approach everyone with suspicion. Koti felt the trees in the forest moving. The birds suddenly took off. Either a wild animal was approaching, or while he was thinking that someone was passing by, he saw a young woman on a white horse at the end of the forest, where the village begins. When he looked carefully, he saw that they were two horsemen. It was not possible to call the second one a horse, but it would be more accurate to call it a katana. There was a man on the katana. They began to pass slowly through the village. Geese on the road ran left and right. The horsemen rode cautiously and slowly. By observing the surroundings, it was as if they were running away from danger. Koti thought that they probably set out in the early hours of the morning. As the horsemen approached the castle, the emerald silk outfit on the girl on the white horse began to shine with the sun's rays. He must be a nobleman, thought Koti. The guards in the tower saw the couple on horseback. Koti turned to the man in charge of the guards and said, "Agop Effendi, the horsemen who seem to be coming from a long way. It's a good deed. Let's let them in. Let's give food," he said. Agop is short, burly. He was an old man with hair growing all over his body. Holding Koti's arm, he answered him, "I can't let anyone in without the Count's permission. My men will kill the big man on that katana with an arrow from here. If he gets in, he'll kill at least 3 or 4 of my men. Look, he's like a bear." Koti insisted, "Why did you immediately focus on the big man? Look at the woman next to you. It even looks like a young girl. Most likely that man is the girl's bodyguard. He doesn't have nice armor either. Shouldn't such a noble girl normally have a knight next to her to protect her? That's why it's a strange situation, Koti. Thus I'm going to inform the Count," said Agop, and walked away. They came back with the Count a little later. The Count carefully observed the horsemen approaching the castle. "Return to Agop and send 2 horsemen. Let them ask where they come from and where they are going." They watched the horsemen approach the strangers. After a short conversation, they all rode their horses together towards the wall of the castle. The Count came down from the tower. Koti followed him. They left the gate of the castle and approached the horsemen. "My name is Count Lazarus Gorty. Strangers, what are you doing here? Why are you disturbing us at this time of the morning?" asked. The girl replied, "We are sorry if we caused you any inconvenience, Count Gorty. Incapable. If you give us supplies, we can give you Justinian coins." The Count looked at the girl carefully. She had a gold necklace. The man next to him was wearing a rag outfit. It was a strange situation, he thought to himself. "What is your name, girl?" asked the Count. The girl paused for a moment. "Is there something you are hiding? Why don't you tell me your name?" asked the Count again. "My name is Princess Ferda. There are dangerous people on the roads. There were people trying to rob us on our way here. We are trying to be cautious," the girl replied. The Count thought to himself that the girl was from the Achaemenid lineage. The name Ferda was Persian. The Achaemenids first came to Trapezion. They united with the Greek colony there and founded the Pontus Empire. In addition to maritime, they also developed many different handicrafts and sciences in these lands. Although the local people, the Lazus, seem to have submitted to this empire, they refused to pay taxes to Pontus. Feudal lords in the mountains, such as Count Gorty, provided military support only in case of war or invasion attempts. For this reason, the empire could not expand its borders much. "Come to our humble castle. Pontus people are always our guests. Rest here. Let's give water and feed to your horses," he said, and headed towards the castle. While Koti watches the guests enter the castle gate, he turned to Agop and started talking curiously. "Does the Count have many guests like this? Me first, then the horseman. He seems like a good person, Count Gorty," he said. Agop replied with a smile, "The Count and the good. These two words cannot go together. He definitely expects reward for everything he does. When it comes to his love of guests, he usually shoots arrows at strangers passing by. Then he asks questions." A strange situation then, Koti thought. Maybe he will ask for ransom from the princess's family. Maybe the Count would take their gold and skin them. Of course, he has nothing to take from Ozan Koti, but the Count still said to himself that he was unpredictable. He started walking down the tower. After showing the guests where they would stay, the Count went down to the castle square. Koti was waiting for the Count downstairs with curiosity. "Come on, Koti. If you are truly the history of Karazoa, tell me who Princess Ferda comes from. Who are his parents? How many people are in your army? Does his father have a lot of gold? They offered me a silver coin of Justinian. Of course, I didn't take it. What should I do with those coins? I can host them better. Let my reputation continue." The Count gets into the subject. Koti, look, the Count is trying to get information from me too. The man's eyes are on someone's money, someone's knowledge, he thought. "I have never heard of anyone named Count Princess Ferda before. Sir, I've traveled everywhere, from the kingdom of Cappadocia to the Khazars, including the borders of Pontus. Princesses are often featured in love stories. This girl, but judging by her looks, she's more suitable for a war story. The girl's sword has 3 sharp edges. This cuts the man when he strikes a blow with this sword. His victim doesn't stand a chance." The Count grumbled. "You haven't answered my question yet, Koti. Tell me, is the girl's father rich?" Koti replies, "I was going to come right there, my lord. If this girl is a princess, she really wouldn't walk around with silver coins. And Justinian's coins, as you know, Roman coins were entirely silver at first. When the wars were lost and the mines fell into the hands of the enemies, the emperors reduced the silver in the coins, and as they reduced, they recorded the support of the legionnaires. When the legionnaires did not fight, the land was lost. As you can see, it was a downward spiral. There is almost no silver in Justinian's coins. Almost all are bronze or copper. This money cannot even step into a palace. Her father would not give these coins to a princess while she was on a journey. These coins are not used much in cities anymore. Gold coins replace these coins. You can mostly see these coins in foresters, fishermen, or Christian clergy. The man next to the princess looks neither a clergyman nor a fisherman, so in short, this man is a forester, and he kidnapped the girl from her father, my lord. It could be a great love story. I'm sure his father sent his men everywhere to search for both of them. There is no need to ask for ransom, my count. Put the man's head in front of his father. He will pour gold in front of you, Koti concludes. The count begins to walk towards the kitchen, his eyes shining. There is a feast tonight, friends, in honor of our valued guests, he shouts.